YouTube, what's good, man? It's your boy Joseph Witty. We back with another video. You already know. My boy Salvage dropped the video saying what villains are missing in the game. Like, what villains haven't they showed us? You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering myself. But let's get straight into it, man. He probably got some ideas on what characters or what villains he want to see. I'm probably going to agree with him anyway, but let's get straight into it, bro. Let's go.
So we know most of the villains for Spider-Man PS4, but personally, I just want to list off the villains that we haven't had yet in our game, or the villains that might be in the game, but probably, I don't know, they won't be a part of like the main story. They could be some type of side mission. My first one, I think most of us have a theory about Dr. Octavius being in this game, and I personally think that he's going to be the employer for Peter. He's going to be Peter's boss in the game, and I think that's going to be like one of the main plot lines. Is he going to become Dr. Octavius? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think he will. I think they're going to save that for the second game. Probably. Honestly, I think that's what's going to be happening. I don't think that they're going to intertwine Dr. Octavius with, of course, the Spider-Man story quite yet. But if they do, that would be super cool. I'm completely down with that.
Amazing.
I'm like 100%. I'm like 100% sure that Dr. Octavius exists in this universe and that he is Peter's employer. That's how confident I am in my theories. Okay, that's my theory, guys. I'm sticking to it. The next one is Tombstone or Carry On. Listen, I don't know about you, but I don't know shit about Carry On. I guess I read him in the Superior Spider-Man storyline because I did read that, and apparently they had like some type of version of the Carry On virus there. Right. But besides that, I know nothing about the character, and I'm not going to be doing no wiki search. If I'm going to learn about a character, I'll do it in a comic book, okay? I don't need to do a wiki search. I just don't know shit about the character, and he hasn't been in any cartoons. He's not that big of a Spider-Man villain. True. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because people think that this is like, this is going to be Carry On. This isn't going to be Carry On. This is going to be Tombstone. If it's going to be anybody, it's going to be Tombstone. And Tombstone, if you haven't watched the Spectacular Spider-Man series, which is one of the best ones, he's essentially like Kingpin, but with powers, or better powers, I guess. In the Spectacular Spider-Man, they treated him like a Kingpin character, like he was very, very Kingpin-like. And even the plot, like trying to take him down for a substantial amount of time, that's even being carried over to this game, where, of course, Spider-Man has to be careful about fighting this guy because, the cops don't even know if he's good or bad. It's something that they pulled over, and if they bring in Tombstone in this game, that's completely fine. I think a lot of people will love his boss battle, and I honestly would too. I mean, you just have to avoid being punched, and he's just really strong as fuck. That's the main power that he has, and that's something that can be used in this game very well, especially when other people aren't that really strong compared to Spider-Man. If Spider-Man gets beat up one-on-one against someone like Tombstone, I think that would be very interesting. The next one is Sandman. Now, we did hear that the Sandman Easter egg is in this game, that there's a vial of, I guess, sand on top of the Avengers Tower or something like that. And it also kind of just says, hey, we're saving some villains for a second game. Like, from what we know so far, they're saving, like, Dr. Octavius for a second game. If they don't use him this game, which I don't think they will, they're saving Sandman. They're setting up some things here. They have a list of villains they can use. And I feel like that they're going to be using these villains in the next game if they don't use them this game. But certainly Sandman is a possibility if that's just an Easter.
Hold on, y'all. Hold up. People all start screaming and shit, bro. God dang, man. Shit.
It's probably just an Easter egg. It's crazy that somebody found that within their playthrough, that vial of sand, and they just connected it to Sandman. It's kind of cool, Yeah,
that was sick when
I don't think he's going to be in the game as well. He's going to be missing from the game. I wouldn't really be that surprised at all. And another one that would probably not be in the game due to, of course, the movie would be Mysterio. I honestly think that Mysterio won't be in this game. I think they're going to show him too. He's just one of the characters that we really don't need in this game, and the fact that he's going to be in the Spider-Man movie as one of the main antagonists kind of just says, yeah, we're going to leave him for the movies, and then maybe after the movies on our second game we'll put him in, something like that, because clearly they don't want to take too much from the Spider-Man movies. They want to make their own property. They want to make their own world. So keeping Mysterio away from their game because they know that, of course, they're going to be in the movies, it makes sense. And one of the last one is Hobgoblin. I think that he is possible in this game. Like, I don't know how. I really just don't know how. But I feel like, out of all of them, if Green Goblin's not going to be in this game, why not just put in Hobgoblin? You know, why not just add that character and have him be a part of it? There are just so many villains that are missing from this game, and it makes me just really excited because what if they're just setting up the next game? What if they are saving these big villains like Dr. Octavius?
That makes sense.
You know, maybe even Chameleon, Carrion. And then we would have to keep going down to like Sandman, Mysterio, and Hobgoblin. That's like a game unto itself. We really don't need much. And you could add the villains from the previous games as well. It would be so crazy to see that. And I think that Insomniac is trying to do that. They're trying to set it up. They want the villains in this game to be... I think they chose the villains very... specifically. I think they chose it for a reason, and I think that the story for not only this game but potentially a second game, which I'll get into in another video, I think that them blending the villains from two games together, I think it would be a really good idea. I really think that this is a possibility that, of course, Sandman, Mysterio, Hobgoblin, and even Dr. Octavius, and even to some extent Chameleon, they can all show up in the next game. But if they do show up in this game, no one's gonna complain. A lot
at
of people
all?
will be
I wouldn't
happy.
complain at
But
all.
those are just most of the villains missing from, of course, this game, and from what we've seen. We haven't seen these villains. We heard mention of some of them. There are some rumors and stuff about some of them, but you know, none of them are
like
100% concrete. And most of them are just missing from the trailer. So, I mean, those are the ones just missing. I honestly think that they could show up. At least half of them could. Like Tombstone, maybe even Sandman, and possibly Dr. Octavius. But besides them,
I don't know if
the rest
Sandman's
of them are probably going to be saved for the sequel, which is completely understandable. And
yeah.
Even Hobgoblin, he could be in here somehow. But I think it would be kind of weird unless they really do explain him. And maybe even at Oscorp or even at Peter's job, they can figure out a way to have somebody who is close to him turn into Hobgoblin, and then of course fight him, which would be pretty interesting if we want to at least have a good story with a bunch of villains and stuff like that. I mean, that's what they seem like they're trying to do. They're trying to add on a bunch of lore from Spider-Man, and I think a lot of people are going to be happy with it. So thank you guys for watching. That's basically my video. It wasn't too big, it wasn't too important, you know. It's just a video about Spider-Man villains and stuff like that who are going to be in the game and who aren't in the game right now from what we've seen. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.
Hey man,
peace out.
For real though, like, I want to know who they're gonna, what other villains they're gonna have in the game, because that does make sense, bro. Like, hey, shout out to Salvage for this video too, man. Seriously, but like, I don't know. That's all I can say. I really don't know. We don't know. They hiding mad stuff from us. So, but I would love to see like Mysterio pop up at the end. You know what I'm saying? We still think Doc Ock is in. I know he's in the world. Octavius, I know he's in the world, but I don't know if he's as Doc Ock, you know what I'm saying? We still don't know who the person is at the end of the prison trailer. So when Spidey was fighting everybody at the prison and everything. So I don't know, bro. We're gonna see, man. We definitely gonna see though. But if you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. If you're new, go subscribe to Salvage as well. And please turn on notifications after you subscribe to us, man. Definitely do that for your boy. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Joseph Witty. I'm out of here. And we streaming today too. Stay tuned.
Indication of the rest of it, then we can totally say that this game is made with a and also, like, during the combat, the different things that Spider-Man will say.
So you guys were in bed with Fisk all along? Oh no, I'll never get that image out of my head.
It will put a smile on your face when you fight the bad guys, and the combat is